Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be reviewing all my camera gear and everything that I use for it, so stay tuned. I just want to start out by saying the camera that I'm shooting on right now is the Canon R5. I'll bring you through the whole story of all the cameras that I've used and why I'm at the point where I am right now. So first off, I started out about 4 years ago when I asked for a camera for Christmas. I ended up getting a Nikon 3100, 5100, something like that. It was about $300 and it had a kit lens on it that was only manual focus. And if you don't know what that means, manual focus, you literally have to turn with this. You can't just like hold it down and it'll like focus on your face like this one. Like this one will track everywhere I go. Like I can't get away from it. I started off with that one and I would literally go out and focus on one object and run out there, put the timer on, and switch the object with myself so that I would be in focus. And that's how I used to take photos of myself. I'll see if I can find a photo. If I do, it's right here. I ran that for a very long time until one of my friends had gotten a Rebel T6 for Christmas. And I kind of wanted to get a better camera. Mine was only manual focus. I literally had no idea what I was doing. So I was like, okay, I'll buy this one. It was like $500, $600. So it was a good camera. And I ended up buying that from him and using that for a very long time. And that's kind of when I started to figure out that I wanted to do photography. I found it being a habit, like a hobby, but I never thought, you know, obviously I would be here right now. Ran that for about 2 years. Eventually, I wanted to upgrade a little bit, but I didn't want to spend the money on it. I didn't want to take that risk. Eventually, I ended up meeting up with a friend that had a Fujifilm, a very nice one, and used that for a little bit, and I fell in love. I was like, oh my gosh, I gotta get a new camera right now. So the next day, I went to Best Buy, and I got the Sony a7 III. It's perfect for video and photography, and everybody had it. It was like the go-to camera for everybody. So I was like, I gotta get it. I ended up getting that, and I got a 50mm lens with it, along with my kit lens that I still have up there. That's probably worth nothing now because nobody wants a kit lens because you don't want to do that. So I got this Sony a7 III, and that's what you've seen most of my pictures as. The Sony a7 III was what I started professionally shooting, and I just absolutely fell in love with it. I didn't do a ton of videos, but I did do a lot of photography, and that's where I got most of like my popularity from that, and started booking shoots on that camera. Then eventually I really wanted to get another camera because one of the person that I absolutely look up to, Peter McKinnon, he's a YouTuber and photographer, videographer, and he runs the EOS R5, the Canon. And so I was like, man, I gotta get this thing. Like, this is the one. This is what I'm gonna do for like, I'm gonna use this camera for like a long time. Because it was a big investment and I was very scared to do it. But I ended up doing it, and that's where I'm at right now. I couldn't be happier with it. What I will say is that the Sony a7 III definitely had better like color profiles. So the colors on everything looked a lot better. The R5 has a more crisp, has 45 megapixels. The Sony a7 has 24 megapixels. Basically that means 24 megapixels better in the dark, not as crisp. 45, the higher you go, the better it is. 45 is about the highest you can go. But that also means it takes about twice as much storage. So now I'm filling up about 8 terabytes of storage. And if you don't know how much that is, I'm pretty sure that's 8,000 gigabytes. So that sucks. And loading time on my laptop, that sucks as well. That's how I got here, and this is where I'm at, shooting YouTube videos now, trying to do this. And yeah, now I'm going to review my lenses and show you everything that they are. So first off, I'm going to start by explaining my go-to lens that I use for absolutely pretty much everything and what I've been using for the last 2 years. This is the Canon RF 50mm 1.2 USM lens. This is an RF lens, and this is one of the best glasses that you can buy. If you want to know what glass is, it's the glass. It's quite simple. I use this for about all of my photo shoots that I do for portraits. I sometimes use it for landscape, but this is what I've been using for the last 2 years on my last camera as well. So if you're wondering why this looks different now and why you can only see this much, is because now the 50mm is connected to my camera. And it looks a lot different. Not what I prefer to do my videos on, obviously. But I have to review the lens that I use for all my videos, all my landscape, everything. This is the 16-35. Actually, let me look it up so I can get the correct exact one. Nope, that's not it. The Canon EF 16-35mm f2.8. The third one, I don't know how many fingers I'm holding up. USM lens. It's a wide-angle lens. It's got a 2.8 f-stop, which means that it's not as blurry as this. The video before this, you'll see the difference, obviously. This video quality looks really cool, very clear, but I like the bigger, the wider ends type of videos. So, you know, I got this about 6 months ago. Been using it a lot since then. It's really fun to take pictures like this. I'll put a photo up of what it looks like on car photography. Most photographers that shoot cars end up using a 35mm, but it's a 1.2. It's got a lot of a 1.4 actually. It's got a lot of like a blurrier background, and it's wide angle. This one, since it's a zoom lens, it's 16-35, it's got a 2.8. You can't get best of both worlds unless you want to drop a real big, pretty frickin' penny. Like the prettiest penny, and I don't got that right now. So I'm doing this, but it's fine. Yeah, I've been using this for a long time, been super happy with it, had no issues. All of these have in-camera stabilization. Most of all Canon lenses have this, same for Sony. But yeah, that's the review on this one. So here's like my attachments other than my lenses, what I use for my photography and everything. I have this. This is an aperture light. Not sure exactly what it's called, but everything will be in the link in the description. It is a color changing light. You can change it to any color, luminosity, you can turn it down, you can go like this. You know, this is what I use for most of my videos for lighting on my face. It doesn't really make a difference right now. It's a little bright. So that's what I use for anything, really. It's got a magnetic thing on the back of it. See? Wait, let's see. Magnetic on the back. And you can put that on pretty much anything that you want, which is super awesome about it. I also have this little doohickey right here. This is a little microphone. And this little buddy goes right here. Oh shoot, that squeak's gonna be in this. I'm so sorry if you heard that squeak this whole time. Okay, one second, I gotta check. Okay, so I apologize if you heard the squeaking of my chair. Definitely need to fix that. If it isn't there, I might redo this. I don't know. We're going to find out. But back to what I was saying. This little microphone right here is everything that I use for all my audio. It's got a super long cord. I use this mainly because I originally bought a microphone that went on top of my camera, and you could hear all of the like autofocusing on my camera. If you don't know, your lenses make a lot of noise when they autofocus. So you either have to buy like a $400 like Rode microphone, or you just go with this cheap boy for 30 bucks. But that's pretty much all that I use for most of my photography. I don't use external lights. You know, I don't prefer to use external lighting. I just think it looks really artificial, fake. No offense to any other people that use it. It's obviously a professional way to take photos, especially in a studio. Of course I use it in a studio. I have a lot of lighting and stuff like that, but this is only my camera stuff. Alright, so I want to take a second to explain to you guys how I view photography, and if you are looking to get into photography and you want to, you know, have some questions answered, this is a place for it. I have a lot of people that come up to me, ask me, what type of camera should I get, what type of lens, everything, all this stuff, and, you know, you don't need to have a camera like mine to take good photos. You don't need a camera like mine to take creative photos. I have a friend, his name is Josh Horton. He does video and some photography. But he has a Sony a7 II, which is still an expensive camera. He takes amazing videos, and it's all mostly editing. That is everything. That's how people know him, is as crazy as it edits. And honestly, your phone right now, they take almost good as quality. They take 4K. Pretty much it's the same quality as this right now. And the new camera, what that's coming out, will have a 45 megapixel camera, which is just as good as this camera right now. which is actually crazy and hopefully not going to put me out of business. There's Nikon, Canon, Sony, Fujifilm. There's a lot of different ones. What I would suggest is looking into Canon and Sony. You don't need to just drop a huge bag on a good camera because you want to be good already. You can buy an expensive camera like mine and not be good at it. I know plenty of photographers out there right now that have bought expensive cameras and they can't edit worth a crap. They can't edit anything, and they don't put the time into it. They just want to have an expensive camera to look good, and it just does not work. I know plenty of people who have been successful from running $1,000, $500 cameras rather than mine. You know, it happens all the time. If you're looking to get a beginner camera, I would recommend the Rebel T6. That is what I started off. I enjoyed it very much, but my biggest suggestion is to please just look up a video on YouTube. Look up $0 to like $1,000 camera budget and just have them show you everything that there is to all those cameras, everything that you might need them for. Some people, like if you just want to do video, just get a camera that shoots 4K and that has good autofocus if that's what you want. Don't spend a ton of money on all the extra stuff. I ended up where I am with my camera because it's definitely one that I've always wanted my whole life. This is my goal ever since I wanted to do photography. This is my camera that I have wanted to do. So, you know, I'm happy with it, but, you know, you don't need a good camera to get started. Buy a cheap one, start out, get out there, take pictures of all your friends for free, take pictures of businesses for free, cars for free, just get out there, do stuff for free. And, you know, you're just going to get better as time goes, and then you're finally going to be able to charge. And, you know, there's a lot of stuff that I still do for free. A lot of my creative shoots are all free. If I ask you to take photos, you don't have to pay me, obviously. I hope this all helped you guys. I'm really excited to show you guys more videos. Please, again, leave in the comments some video ideas. I need more. And leave a comment and subscribe, guys. I'm trying to bring this actually somewhere in my life. If I can be on here more often, then, you know, I don't have to get a part-time job or something like that. I appreciate all the support that I've gotten in the last weeks. Hope that this chair didn't squeak this whole time. And I hope that you don't like this video quality better than my other lens, because it's not going to be like this on every video. Unless you really want it that way. Then I guess I'm screwed. Okay, bye-bye.